what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Thoughts. I'm Joe Galvez here with John Greenstein and David Reyes. Another episode of Sideline Thoughts. Guys, I forgot which week this is, what episode this is, so it's another
Isn't it?
episode.
It's almost 30, right? Episode 30?
It probably is somewhere around the 30s, late 29s, 20s, late 20s, 30s, whatever it is. So, guys, this week...
Infinity?
Yeah, we're a long way from that. But guys, this week we got MLB postseason, the ALCS.
Dodgers choked.
NLCS, yes, we got Dodgers choking.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, we got football. We got Cowboys and Chargers. David, sorry about your Chargers. We got the two undefeated teams finally defeated in the NFL. Bengals finally get a win. The North, the NFC North, had a little battle this week, and safe to say both teams are trash. No matter who won, both teams are so trash. Yeah, guys. So for right now to start off, we got the MLB postseason. We got the ALCS and the NLCS. Starting off with the NLCS, it was game one. The Phillies facing the Diamondbacks because the Dodgers just don't know how to win very important games, right? The Phillies got the win 5-3 with home runs from Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, and Castellanos. Nick Castellanos. Big game, big wins for them. I actually think it's a nice season where Phillies are going to go back to the World Series. What do you guys think?
I think they're going to go back to the World Series. The Phillies, they're going to win this series in 6 games. I think Arizona is going to put up a fight when they go home a little bit, but they're not going to win this series. They just don't have the pitching depth that Philadelphia has. And Philadelphia has so much star power. They're so underrated. They just had a really bad start to the year just because Bryce Harper was out with an injury. Then they had other key pieces, like they were trying to move around. But they kind of figured out their mojo at the right time. Right when the Atlanta Braves, they made the Braves look like trash. Like I think the Braves' kryptonite is the Phillies, it seems like these days. Like the Braves were in the same boat as the Dodgers as like falling off. They both just have one kryptonite. I mean, the Dodgers is every team is their kryptonite in the playoffs, it seems like. Not like the Braves can beat the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers would beat anyone in the playoffs unless they play like the Marlins or something. That's just
so it would have been a struggle for them even playing the Marlins. Like they would have gotten the win, but it would have
took
gone to
3 games.
Yeah, it would have gone to game 3. Man, I think
John, I wanted to ask you something. Should there be a change? Should there be a change to the playoffs in baseball? Because the top teams in the MLB, they're out. Dodgers, Braves, and they're the main favorites, especially the Braves, and they almost got swept.
Like, what type of change do you think should be made?
Should they still not get rid of the week off, or should?
You're saying they should just go play right into it and not have the bye, like for the top team?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they could do that, but is it going to do them any... I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like you're right. Screw it. Just play right into it. They shouldn't deserve buys because then their mojo is going to get cut off. You saw, like, the Dodgers... I mean, the Dodgers were playing bad already. They just had too many injuries. So they were going to lose no matter what. But the Braves, yeah, I see that argument about them. Because the Braves really... were really hot at the right time, and then they just cooled off as soon as they put Philly.
Yeah.
Because they got 104 wins or something like that this year, and like they looked unstoppable until they met Philly. Because I mean, they played Philly a lot this year. I don't know why they have trouble with them in the postseason. Like I think they beat Philly a lot too. But for some reason, when it gets like the games like matters the most, they just can't come in clutch. Like, they have, like, one of the most stacked offenses, Atlanta. It's just sad that they just couldn't get it done. I mean, for that, yeah. I mean, also, I don't know if you guys want me to talk about the ALCS. Like, I think Houston,
I was going to jump to that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying you guys finished.
Yeah.
Well, the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, but for Houston, I think they're donezo. They don't have enough for them. Like, they're too old. Like, pitching-wise. Like, and they don't have enough depth. I think they only have Framber Valdez and Verlander. And Verlander's 40 years old. He can't sustain his 30-year-old self anymore. Like, he does not have it. He's just so hittable now for a lot of teams, and it's not looking good for them. I think the Rangers are going to win the World Series this year. That's my pick. They look like the best team.
You haven't winning the World Series.
Yeah, because they have Max Scherzer coming back on top of that offense. That offense is loaded, man. I think Rangers and Phillies are my World Series teams. But I think that one's going to go 7 games with Rangers and Phillies.
7 games? It's going to be a great series.
They're pretty even. If you think about it, they both have like mid bullpens and they both have great offenses. And their starting pitching is really good too, both the teams. Well, not really good for Texas, but their offense is just so stacked. Because all their young guys just smash. They smash. Like, they literally hit homers or doubles like crazy. Like, they just there's no out in that lineup that's guaranteed. But yeah, that's my take on the postseason right now. What about you, David? What you thinking?
No, I agree. I'd probably see more the Rangers probably taking the World Series this year. The Astros are not the same team anymore, but they made it far. They made it to the American League Championship Series. So my hats off to Dusty Baker. But yeah, it's not the same Houston, and I mean, it's their time. We'll see next year if I don't know if they'll keep Dusty. I think you just got a 1-year extension from last year because I think his contract was up at the end of the season last year.
I think they'll keep him. He's done a great job with them. I mean, with what they have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hopefully they do. But yeah, as you mentioned, it'll be the Phillies and the Rangers. Hopefully, Phillies could probably win. I mean, last year they
I don't want the Phillies to win because Texas has never won a World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And Phillies have won like at least 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, no, I agree that I think I keep on calling the Texans like the Houston Texans, but it's the Texas Rangers. I think they are. I think they're going to beat the Astros, but I don't think they're going to win the World Series. I think Phillies are going to win that one.
Yeah, there's a good chance they will, but I like the Rangers.
To me, they look strong. Look, they're going back to back World Series, right? It sucked that they lost last season to the Astros, right? In a series that I thought the Phillies should have won. They won last year, right? They won last year.
No, Astros won last year.
No, they went last year. Not
won. Oh yeah, I thought you said they won last year.
No,
that's what it sounded like.
They went last year. Phillies went back to back.
Yeah.
To the World Series. It sucks that they lost to the Astros. For me, I think this playoffs, I agree with you guys. I think the Texas Rangers, not the Houston Texans, Texas Rangers are gonna beat the Houston Astros. I just think Phillies are gonna win the World Series. Yes, originally I said World Series was gonna be Braves, Orioles. That's before they lost and they were just trash. I mean,
I warned you about the Orioles, man. I warned you about them. You said they're too young. They're too young.
You did, but the Braves, I had high hopes. But like I said, whoever won in that series between the Braves and the Phillies, they were going to go to the World Series. I did say that. I just thought the Braves were going to win that series. Now with the teams that we have, I have Phillies going, and I think Phillies going to win it all. You know, they went. This is their back-to-back year that they went to the World Series. Sucks that last year they lost to the Houston Astros because I thought the Braves were a better team, and I think they're coming back with that momentum. Not as great by record of the regular season, not as great, but I think they're still just a strong team, and I think they're gonna win. I think they could win it. I really do. And I just, like you said, John, earlier, it's gonna be a really good series that it might go to Game 7. And I think the possibility, I don't know if it'll go exactly to 7. It might even just go to 6. But whatever it is, I think it's gonna be a really great series.
Definitely won't be a sweep.
Yeah, it won't be a sweep at all. I don't think at all. Even I don't know. I don't know if Phillies are gonna sweep the Diamondbacks. It's kind of hard.
I don't think so. It's gonna go at least 6 games.
I don't know. I think Diamondbacks only get 1 game. I mean, they only get 1.
It's possible it's going 5, but they're not going to get swept. I think Arizona has too much talent to let that happen.
I agree with you. So I feel like, you guys say Rangers are going to win it all. I think Phillies are going to win it all. But I agree. They're going to meet each other in the World Series.
You know what they should do though for like future baseball playoffs? Like, say two teams that make it to the World Series, the two losers from the LCSs should play each other for like a consolation
For third
prize.
place.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you got third place, guys. It's like Little League World
nah.
Series.
Just like they do that in the World Cup.
I think that'd be funny.
It then, but nah.
I see money there, so it might work.
I mean,
I mean, the players, I'm sure, would be down. I mean, honestly, it's not a ring.
So. Why would you want to play for third place? I mean, you already lost. You're already bummed out. Just, it is what it is.
I see
so
money
you could
there.
be the third best team. You could be the third best team in the league.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
I
think it'd be funny if they did that.
It's a bit. Look. I'm saying from a player's perspective.
But it'd only be a one game. It wouldn't be a series. It'd be just a winner take all game.
Okay, so then you would have to make it a reason for them to want to play.
Money.
Like, what do they win?
Money.
What do they win out of it?
Money and a trophy and hardware. It says you got third place.
Third place trophy. David, I agree. Money. I get the money part.
Both.
I completely get that. But third place trophy, like
no, both.
Money.
I know both. I get your point in both, but like, you really want a trophy that says third place?
Just a big number 3.
Better than nothing.
It'll be bigger than the World Series trophy.
That'd be crazy. The flags are
the big 3 on it. It says third.
Yeah.
It's the Piston Cup, man. You got the Piston Cup.
That'd be funny. But yeah, guys, that is kind of the MLB postseason. Those are yesterday's game's results today.
Can we focus on the Dodgers a little bit? Because
let me just say.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the collapse.
Today is game. Oh, sorry. Let me just say today is game 2 of the NLCS. Phillies, Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks looking to tie the series. Phillies looking to grow their lead. So, but yes, now David, focusing on the Dodgers and how terrible they were. What you want to bring up?
So obviously the big topic is, should Dave Roberts continue? You mentioned many times that he should have gone a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
John, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you will say the same thing.
Gone. Actually, want him out.
You know what I think? I think he should stay one more year, but there should be someone else that should leave, in my opinion.
And who's that? The pitching coach?
Andrew Friedman.
They're never letting him go. He's like the
he's the one responsible. He's the one that keeps resigning. I was gonna call him Doc Rivers, Dave Roberts.
Doc Rivers.
Damn, bro, you
guys are just munching the names up today, huh?
Dude, really are today. Like,
it's all right.
But continue, David.
I mean, he's the main reason why Dave Roberts is still with the team. Dave Roberts got extended to 2025, so he's got 2 more years. And then that they're gonna.
Yeah, but who's gonna replace Friedman?
That's the question. Someone.
There's not many good GMs out there. You saw what the Mets GM did to the Mets team. Trash. He's gonna be available. Then you're gonna have. Maybe the Yankees GM could be available in the near future, but I don't even know if you want him. Brian Cashman. He's not that great. I mean, sure, you got a bunch of World Series when Derek Jeter and A-Rod were there. And the 90s and all that stuff.
Yeah, but that was like 20 years ago. Yeah, it's 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's a new day. Baseball is different these days. So, I mean, I don't know if that's going to fix everything, letting Andrew Friedman go. I think they just need new faces. Like, let Kershaw walk this offseason. We cannot re-sign him. There's no more of him. We need a new face around the starting pitching staff. Like, Walker Buehler will be back next year, so that will help for sure. And you got Bobby Miller, Walker Buehler, Emmett Sheehan. And then I guess maybe Tony Gonsolin or Dustin May might come back, but I'm not 100% sure on that because they just got surgeries. But they could get Ohtani, but only his bat. Yeah. So,
I mean, clearly they needed the batting help in the postseason.
So, I mean, hey, that might help. push
In the
them next
regular
year.
season, it don't matter. Mookie and Freeman
Mookie was
and Muncy,
trash in the
they could
playoffs.
bat all they want in the regular season,
Mookie
right?
was
They hitting home
horrible
runs.
in the playoffs, bro. I don't know
Got
what
Freeman
happened.
and Freeman and Mookie Betts. I think they combined for one hit in
That's not
the
what they needed.
postseason in the last game, and it was only a single, I believe.
You know who did better than both of them? JD Martinez. He got a home run, I think, once or twice. But I don't think they're going to resign him either. And you know who pisses me off the most about the Dodgers? Max Muncy. He hits a bunch of home runs, but strikes out 300 times. Like, the guy is batting 190 to 200 every year, but gets 30-something home runs and just cannot get on base unless it's a home run.
You take what you could get from him. All right? I'm not saying he's the greatest, but you got to take what you could get from him. As to David, your point and everything, I agree with John. I don't think like firing Freeman, not Freddie Freeman,
Andrew Freeman.
Andrew Freeman.
Andrew.
I don't think that solves the entire issue. I think John's right. You need a completely new fix of it. I think if one, like
hire Mike Scioscia.
Yeah.
The Dodgers should hire him. He's out there. I mean, he's 70 years old, but he lives in Westlake Village. So call him. He's nearby. Get him on the phone. He won the Angels a World Series, and he did so many things for them with little to minimum talent on that team. So I think that would be a great fit for him because he knows how to work with stars.
Like you could try that, but like I'm saying, you fire Dave Roberts, you fire Andrew Freeman, you fire both of them. Just clean that out. Clean that out. That's the way you fix it. If you want to take Andrew Freeman out, you have to take Dave Roberts out with them.
I just take Dave Roberts out. Yeah, like I said, Andrew Freeman should stay.
Because David's point is that Andrew Freeman doesn't like his point is that.
But look what he did with the farm system. He built that up. Like he did a great job building up the farm system.
Let him keep in charge of that, but not hiring another coach.
Well, yeah, I mean they have other guys that they can help too.
But that's the point, and you're right. Don't sign Kershaw. I've always thought Kershaw was bad, in my opinion.
You saw what he did. 11 runs.
Regular season player, dude.
Well, like the rest of his teammates.
Yeah.
It has become a Dodger culture to just make the playoffs, but to just fall apart.
Yeah, you get them, you don't even know, you can't do anything after that. So my point is, get all of that out. Like you said, John, get a new face of the pitching core, just that pitching room, everything. Have a new starting pitcher. Obviously, Kershaw, like we said, go out. We can't. Urias, he's gone because of everything. So have a new face, get everything going from there. It's not rebuilding from scratch, but it's just like starting.
It's retooling. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're right. It's retooling, starting new. As I think it is. So I agree a lot with you, John. And David, and your point, not to disagree, but it's just if you're going to take out him, I think you need to take out both Dave Roberts and him.
I see what you're saying.
You can't blame Andrew Freeman for all the pitching changes or other changes that.
I mean, it's not also entirely Dave Roberts' fault what happened because obviously Mookie Betts and Freeman they couldn't hit it. So I mean,
there's so much but Dave Roberts, his freaking bullpen changes piss me off so much. He's like, "Oh, we gotta take this guy out after 3 innings." I'm like, "Bro,
after him doing good." Yeah, after doing good for 3-4 innings, and then you take him out
just because he's a lefty. I'm like, "Bro, your bullpen is not good. Don't go to it so early."
Exactly.
But he's been doing it for so long, and the other guy's been letting him.
And it hasn't worked. They got one World Series only out of that shit.
And not only that, David, you're saying you can't blame them for the players. You're right. But this is the only season where you could see that it was like, for sure, like a good amount of the players were messing up. But previous seasons when the players were doing good offensively and defensively, you put the blame on Dave Roberts on those. That's my point in that, is that no matter, you could say, okay, this season it was 50-50 or however you want to divide it up. Prior seasons, it's on Dave Roberts.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that and Andrew Freeman just keeps re-signing them. So it's one
he's
problem.
He's not going to this year. Trust me, it's over. He's not. If he does, he deserves to get fired.
He re-signed them last year, and then they fell apart. And they fell apart the same way.
Yeah.
But if he does it this year, he's gonna get fired. I agree with that. Like, if he wants to resign Kershaw, okay, bye Freeman. You can go then, because like that is not a smart move by him to do that, or like resign stupid players that like don't do anything just because they're good clubhouse guys. Like, who cares? We care about winning. Clubhouse guys don't mean everything. You can find those guys anywhere.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that you brought up Mike Scioscia. I mean, hopefully,
Dude, he's a great manager. Like,
Yeah.
he did a lot for the Angels. Like, a lot of success.
Yeah.
He just ran into like no pitching when he was in the end of his coaching there, so that wasn't his fault.
Well, I mean, there's other obstacles in the Angels organization.
Oh yeah, and he had Artie Moreno as his owner.
Yeah, that's the main one. Yeah.
But anyways, Gio.
All right, guys. Well, else? Yeah, you guys got anything else for the MLB postseason before we move on? No. Okay. Well, guys, that's it. The MLB. Like I said, today we got the NLCS Game 2. See how that one goes. Like, I don't know. Hopefully, Phillies go up. I got that one. But moving on, we have Week 6 of the NFL. Now, every week, every time I do a prediction for the next following weeks, which we'll get later into, I always give my prediction, and John, you always make a different prediction. Now, I do not remember.
Always.
Not always. There's always about 2 games where you pick a different team, right? For Week 6, the one I remember the most, it was Raiders. I picked the Raiders. You had the Patriots, and the Raiders won barely by 4. Of course, 2 trash teams. Sadly, my Packers lost to one of those trash teams of the Raiders. But we move on from that from Week 5. But Week 6, the results. I had 10 right. I had 10 right from the Week 6 results. John, I don't remember what was the second game you picked opposite of. David, you either. But Chiefs, got that one. I got the Ravens. I miscounted on the Falcons. I got the Vikings beating the Bears. Got the Bengals beating the Seahawks. I thought 49ers were going to beat the Browns. And we'll talk about these teams, the teams that were undefeated that lost. Dolphins got that one. I thought Colts would be Jags, and they didn't. I thought Saints would be Texans. And, of course, Texans just been proving me wrong.
I think I picked the Jets over the Eagles. I think that's what it was.
You might have been. We would have to look back at that. Raiders, Patriots, that's the one I got over you guys. Because, David, I think you also picked Patriots.
Oh, yeah. I don't want the Raiders to win.
I got Rams over Cardinals. I did the Eagles over the Jets. And you, as a joke, John, picked the Jets. And it worked out. I got the Lions over the Bucks. I got the Bills over the Giants. And sadly, David, I'm sorry for you. I had the Cowboys over the Chargers. And like I tell you all the time, David, I picked the opposite of the Chargers because every time I pick the opposite of them, they usually win. But this was the one time they did not. David, so a couple games to talk about real quick. I just want to mention, like I said, Vikings, Bears. Vikings won, but no matter what, both teams are trash. They played so bad. It was the first 6 points for both teams were field goals. Yeah, they're just trash, those 2 teams. But before we get to your team, David, talk about 49ers and Browns. Unexpected.
Sure, no one saw that coming.
Jake Moody misses the game-winning field goal to win by 1 at the last minute. Browns take over in a clutch situation. Christian McCaffrey does get hurt. He does have an oblique and maybe even rib injury. Brock Purdy didn't really play his best. He threw for 125 yards, 1 touchdown, but he also threw an interception. Brandon Ayuk, because Deebo Samuel was hurt, Brandon Ayuk got 4 receptions, 76 yards. But that was kind of it. The Browns defense actually played very well. I don't know what you guys think, but I think the 49ers just didn't look like themselves. They looked out of it. A lot of their plays weren't working out. The run was not working, even when Christian McCaffrey was still there, because he played the first half and some of the third. Even when Christian McCaffrey was there, the holes in the old line for Christian McCaffrey to run through were not forming right there. There wasn't some good blocking. It was just an overall bad game.
Well, the field goal kicker was the one that messed it up, bro. Not really the O-line.
The what, sorry?
The field goal kicker, bro. He screwed up so bad.
No, I get that. I'm just saying throughout the game, as they were trying to run the ball, there was a good amount of times where the holes weren't being created. There wasn't good enough blocking, in my opinion, for
But the
Christian
Browns
McCaffrey to
have a
go.
good defense. You can't deny that.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying the blocking wasn't as good, so the Browns were
I
easily stopping the run.
think
Compared
they're one of the
to
best run defenses in the NFL, the Browns, because they
I
have
think
Myles
they're one of the top
Garrett.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of other guys there. I think Zadarius Smith is on the team
Hmm.
too.
And it just didn't help out that Debo was hurt. It
No,
that hindered the passing game for the Niners. With just Brandon Ayuk, they didn't have to worry about Debo and all the others and everything that goes with
yeah,
it.
just Kittle and Ayuk. That's the
Hmm.
only two that they had to worry about.
So it made it a lot easier. In my opinion, Brock Purdy isn't that great as everyone says. I don't think he's winning MVP. I don't think. Yeah, he's playing great, but it's because of the weapons around him. I'm one of those that stand up behind that because I saw him at Iowa State and he wasn't like crazy great. He was all right.
He just does the play right. He just does his job. He's not a guy that will go over the
Kyle
top.
Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's system is built for any quarterback to be decently good or to look even really good.
Yeah, Shanahan's a wizard at the offensive schemes.
Yeah. So right now we see that. Now we don't. The word hasn't come out about Christian McCaffrey whether he's going to miss one game. They're hoping he
I'm
might not
hoping
even miss
8
it,
games.
bro.
Dude, I want him gone. I don't want
Dude, no, I need him on my fantasy.
him.
He's my ID.
I need them to lose so Seattle can catch up.
No, but they're saying since Niners' next game is on a Monday, they're hoping if that gives him enough time to rest, maybe he'll be able to
Just
play
the
this Monday. If
Vikings.
not,
That could be a loss. You never know.
he could be. But if not, he does not play this week. He does play the following week, and then they have the bye in
Yeah.
week 9. So
I think they need the bye week now. There.
I don't know. It might just work out well for them. So, great defense by the Browns. I think it was a really great defense by the Browns. Offensively, they didn't play great either. Again, because the Niners defense is one of the best in the league. So, I don't know what you guys think about that game. Any last comments?
I was surprised how the way that the 49ers were playing and how the Browns were playing. They were able to control the 49ers. I'm sure no one, as I mentioned, no one expected it. Not majority of the people. I'm sure Cleveland were praying for it, but no one expected the 49ers to lose to the Browns.
Well, going to Cleveland's a tough environment too. Like whenever I play Madden, all I hear is people barking like dogs there. Like literally, because that like their mascot's like a dog. And I don't know, they just like bark constantly, and I'm pretty sure that maybe scared the field goal kicker or something, or like I don't know what happened, man. Like maybe he heard too many barking and got PTSD from a dog chasing him down the street. Who knows, man? He's like, oh, I'm off the kick. Something happened. But yeah, I mean, my takeaway is just 49ers just don't have the best field goal kicker. I don't know. I mean,
he was really good prior to this game. He's done great
not in
throughout the
tough
entire
environments.
season.
At home, he's good at home.
No,
So he's
throughout the
got
season.
well, put him in a tough environment like Cleveland, he won't thrive. You just saw that.
It wasn't that. Look,
dude.
stats already.
If you ever go to Cleveland, it's loud as hell there.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like he's not a bad kicker either.
No, I'm saying when it matters most, he's not there. Like on the road, at home, he's the perfect kicker. But it doesn't matter about him.
Say that. Look,
I think Harrison Butker is way better than him.
Look, okay. I mean, Harrison Butker is good. I'm not gonna say he's ass.
That's my guy in fantasy,
I'm not saying
bro.
He's trash, but look, dude. First game at Pittsburgh, he went 3 for 3.
Pittsburgh's not a hostile environment.
Bro, what do you mean? It was the first game of the season.
Pittsburgh, they didn't have. They were killing Pittsburgh. This was a tight game.
So what? It's still the environment, the type of fans there is, because that's your point. The environment, the fans.
It's both. I'm saying when it matters most, when the game's on the line, and when the crowd is like invested in like very raunchy, it's tough. I mean, he pretty much choked.
Yes, he choked this game. Yeah, 100% agree. He choked this
I'm not saying he's a terrible kicker. I'm just saying it seems like he didn't do well when it mattered the most.
It's one time. You can't say that's
because they haven't really had
years.
competition. They've been blowing
Yeah,
everyone out,
I
so it's
agree with
no
that.
issues.
Yeah,
That's
but you
my
can't
point,
say
man.
that's it. You can't say that he's not up for it. It's one time. Now I get if it was like 5 times and he missed like
Well, let's see. Let's see
four
what he
of
does
those.
when it matters most again. I want to see.
All right, so we'll see that. Let's see. Real quick, let's put the Niners schedule and see when.
Well, they play Seattle, Philly, Dallas. I think they play
Let's see
Tampa.
Next game
where
is
it's gonna
Minnesota.
matter the most.
That one will be easy. He'll get 3 good field goal kicks there.
We'll see.
The next one this
Dude,
week is
Minnesota
Niners.
sucks.
Yeah, but
Vikings.
they lost to Cleveland.
Cleveland
never
isn't
know.
as bad, like as people think. Like they just don't have a quarterback right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying you never
and
know.
running back.
They don't have an offense. The defense is what keeps them in.
Their defense is like the Jets, but I think even better than the Jets defense.
Look, all right, John. Just saying with you, they're gonna need the kicker against the Eagles, and I think one of the Seahawks games, not both. I think one is gonna come.
What about? Do they play Tampa? I think they play Tampa, right?
Yeah, they play them in 4 weeks in a month.
That might be a little bit tough game too.
I
was hoping for Niners to play Detroit this year. That would have been an awesome game to see,
that would
but
have been a great
obviously
game.
it's not going to happen unless it's in the playoffs.
I doubt it would have to probably be the second round of the playoffs because Detroit's getting
Detroit's looking like top dog right now.
Detroit's getting 3 or 4, so they know
they made the Bucks look anemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like they literally, their defense is good.
Yeah, no, the Lions are good. The Lions are really good.
Yeah, they've beaten everybody already except for the Seahawks, but that was a fluke. You could see the.
I think it was. But moving on to the other team that was undefeated that is now defeated, the Philadelphia Eagles. For some reason, did not knee it down. Within the 2-minute warning, and Jalen Hurts just throws a pick straight to the Jets.
He made Zach Wilson look better than him, bro. Zach Wilson looked better than Jalen Hurts.
Dude, it's crazy. Jalen Hurts played so bad. He had 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Zach Wilson didn't even have a touchdown.
Yeah, but his accuracy was a little better than Jalen Hurts. I think he threw more completed passes.
No, he didn't.
He did?
No, he didn't.
It was close.
Jalen Hurts completed 28 passes out of 45 attempts. Zach Wilson's completed 19 passes out of 33 attempts.
But the completion percentage, I think, is better for Zach Wilson than.
Yeah, because it's less.
That's what I was trying to say. Not the more attempts, but the completion percentage.
Yeah. Yeah. But Jalen Hurts still got more yards. He got about 94 more yards. He got 94 more yards. Yeah, just bad offensive games for the Eagles. The defense was great. All pretty much majority of the game. Even with the 9 points by the Jets by halftime, the defense was playing great. It's just the offense could not get anything in the second half. They had 0 points in the second half. They had A.J. Brown had 7 receptions, 131 yards. For the Jets, Garrett Wilson, no touchdown. He had 8 receptions, 90 yards. I don't know. It was just a very bad game for the Eagles. They're not as strong as they were last season, obviously. It's clear to see they're not as strong as they were last season. Now, the question is, are they strong enough to go back to the Super Bowl? Are they strong enough to beat this Niner team, which we're going to find out in the regular season? And if they're going to play again they're going to play again in the postseason, whether that's the NFC Championship game. Can this Eagles team beat the Cowboys? Because overall, when it comes down to getting that second seed or the third seed, depending on how many games they lose, can the Eagles beat the Cowboys?
Can they beat the Dolphins this week? That's the question.
I think they can.
I think the Dolphins are better than both of those teams, man. I think they don't have a shot against the Dolphins. After how they played this week?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, look, Eagles.
I need to see them do it. If they do it, then I'll give them credit for it.
I mean, that's you. But like Eagles lost 2-3 games last season. Well, the last 2 were at the end of the season, but during the season, they only lost 1 game. Look, the Dolphins has all offense. They have no defense. The Eagles' offense, if they're playing like they normally should, the Eagles' offense is gonna run through that Dolphins' defense, and the Eagles' defense just has to stop the offense. Which yes, it's gonna be a little tough with Tyreek Hill, and I got Mostert running. Luckily, Achan isn't playing; he's injured.
They don't
So
need
I think
Achan,
Eagles
trust
could
me.
beat it. You don't think they need him?
Oh, dude, they have so many weapons without him. They got Mostert, they just give the ball to Mostert more than anything now. They could use him more.
Yeah, but Mostert's getting old, so that's why they're trying to get
Yeah,
Wilson
but
going, trying
Achan
to
will
get
be
Achan
back
going.
later.
Yeah, he's gonna be back. Just that's what it's going through. Um, yeah, it's a really tough game. Eagles beat themselves up. It was not Jets looking good at all. It was more just Eagles instead of kneeing the ball down, taking the win, the 2-point win. They decided to go for it, which was very dumb.
David,
Yeah, David.
David, what do you think about the Eagles playing the Chargers this year? Do you think that's going to be a win for the Chargers?
Probably not. I mean, they couldn't beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, but it's possible.
No, the Chargers are gonna
After
choke
the
it.
Eagles lost to the Jets, you don't think that's possible?
No, I'm pretty sure they'll make a comeback. I mean, look what happened to the 49ers. I mean, they'll make a comeback. Be their usual selves. But the Chargers, no. No. Well, we'll talk a little bit about the Chargers, though.
Yeah, we will, man.
Well, actually, that's a perfect change. I mean, there's nothing really else to say about the Eagles. Yeah. Going out to yesterday's game, David, your Chargers. So close.
Justin Herbert was hurt. So close. He had a hurt finger.
So close. But it was on his non-throwing hand. It was on his left hand.
He couldn't grip the ball.
He had a glove on that hand. He had a glove on that hand. I don't want to hear. Look, I'm not being hard on Herbert. Herbert's a great player.
Was Eckler playing yesterday? I didn't watch the game.
Yep, he did.
Eckler
he returned.
I should have helped then.
The only one who wasn't playing was Mike Williams.
Well, Mike Williams is gone for the year, so
yeah, exactly. That's my point. The only one playing wasn't him because he's gone for the season. You had Keenan Allen, who played really great. He had what was going to be the opening touchdown for Palmer, ended up being the opening touchdown for Keenan Allen after a flag was called on Palmer's touchdown. So Keenan Allen got a touchdown, but Eckler did not get a touchdown all game. The second touchdown was scored by Everett. So, I mean, they try to get Eckler involved, and they did. They got him involved. He got yards and stuff, but it just wasn't as much. He didn't get his touchdown. So, David, what happened to your team, to the Cowgirls?
What happened?
Dak even scored a touchdown. He got you on that first play where he scored.
Well, the Chargers weren't lucky like other games. In the past game against Minnesota, it took till like the very last minute for them to seal the win with that interception. And this game was the opposite. Chargers didn't have the lead at the end, and they got intercepted. I mean, this is how the Chargers have been playing for the past few seasons. It's always till the last minutes of the fourth quarter.
It's too predictable, man. It's too predictable. Like, you can already picture the game before it starts. Like, sometimes.
Yeah. It's never an easy win. If they win, it's never an easy win. And if they lose, it's always so close. Like, they could have won, but there's always they always messed up on something. Coach's decision or players. I mean, I told you guys the Chargers are not going to make the playoffs, and
not this year.
No,
the Raiders might have a better chance this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jimmy G.
Last game. Well, the Raiders lost to the Chargers. I mean,
they could go 9-8. I was looking at their schedule. The Raiders, they have a good shot of going 9-8.
Yeah, but Jimmy G isn't that great of a quarterback. He does get Jacoby Myers involved a lot more.
Got Josh Jacobs and Devontae.
Dude, I'm telling you, Jacoby Myers has been getting involved a lot more than Devontae. Jacoby Myers has been.
Well, Devontae was hurt, so that's why.
No, but I think Jacoby's getting more. I think this season right now he has more touchdowns than Devontae. It's weird, but Jimmy G got hurt again. He left the game at halftime.
Did he really? I didn't watch.
Yeah, back injury. They say he's gonna miss some time. I believe it's
Well, never mind about my Raiders thing. Then they're not going 9-8. Then they're going like 6 and something.
Yeah, let me see.
6-11, whatever.
Here we go. NFL from NFL.com. It says Jimmy G appeared to avoid a major back injury. His coach Josh McDaniels said he dodged a big bullet regarding internal injuries. There's some concerns about the internal issues, but it looks like he's gonna be fine. So he's just gonna be out for a bit with the back injury. He's still undergoing tests. Not sure about how if he's gonna play Week 7 against Chicago.
They don't need him
And
to beat Chicago, though. I think they could get that.
yeah, they're saying that if not, Brian Hoyer, who's played the second half for the Raiders, um, he might play because I don't know if they want to go back to rookie Aiden O'Connell, but so it might be Brian Hoyer or Aiden O'Connell playing for the Raiders
I'd still have
this
the Raiders
week.
beat the Bears, even if they didn't, because they have Devontae and Jacoby and Josh Jacobs still. And what do the
Yeah,
Bears
but
have?
Jimmy doesn't get the
Nada.
ball to Devontae that much. When do you think Brian Hoyer is gonna get it?
Well, he can try.
Trying doesn't mean doing.
All right, Yoda.
So, but back to the Chargers, Cowboys. David, what was kind of your reaction, your feelings? You lost to the Cowgirls, and
It's
I really thought you
depressing.
guys were gonna win, even with the messed up um the messed up punt return by the Cowboys, which pretty much gave you guys the ball in the red zone, which you guys scored on. You
Mhm.
guys ended up scoring on, but with all that momentum going your way, what was it, David?
It's depressing. It's depressing.
No shit.
I was confident. I'm like the Chargers. Oh, they should easily beat the Cowboys.
I don't know about easily,
But
but yeah, they should have beaten them.
yeah. Um. I don't know what else to say. Fire Staley. That's all I'm waiting for.
It's not going to happen
Fire
until the end of the
Staley.
season, dude.
I know it's still
You're
too
just going to
early,
have to
but
suffer through the whole season with this. We're going to be saying this weekly, Fire Staley, Fire Staley. It's
Look,
not going
on
to
the
happen
West
until
Coast,
week
we got Fire
17.
Staley. On the East Coast, they got Fire Canada.
And fire Brian Dable, Giants coach.
oh,
I don't know if they. You can't blame this loss
Dude, the
against Brian
Giants are the
Dable.
most
You can't blame
pathetic team in the NFL besides the
because you
Bears.
can't blame them on Dable. That was they're right before halftime. That 20-second play, in which they try to run the 1 yard touchdown to Saquon. That wasn't Dable's fault. He was mad at Tyrell
Wait,
Taylor because
Saquon
they
played
took the play.
yesterday?
Yeah, not yesterday.
Or
Sunday,
Sunday?
Sunday night. Yeah, he played.
I didn't even know.
You can't blame Dable on that. He made the right. It was a RP. It was a run play option, and he made the pass or he handed it off for Saquon to run it in. Didn't get it. The players stayed on top of him. They didn't line up on time to clock it because it was a first down. They didn't clock it, and the time ran out. They went to halftime, and that ended up losing them the game. But it wasn't Brian Dable's fault.
Well, I guess the defense really showed up against Buffalo that night.
Oh, it did. The
Yeah,
defense
I
did.
mean, they played their part, but, God, the Giants' offense is just tough to watch. I feel bad for them.
It's very tough. It's very tough. But they didn't look bad at all. Their offense did not look bad at all. It just could not get in the end zone.
No, I
So,
mean, that's the tale of the story. They don't have a quarterback that can throw passes.
oh, Tyler Taylor actually was doing all right. Wasn't star quarterback, but he was doing all right. That's kind of it. Lions beating Bucks, like we said. Raiders beating Patriots. Bengals Seahawks. John, your Seahawks taking
Yeah,
a
I
tough
mean, the
loss to the
Bengals
Bengals.
defense showed up that day, and they had to go to a tough environment.
I thought Seahawks were gonna win that one.
I thought they were too, but the Bengals seem to be getting their stuff together on defense.
Look on my predictions. Like I said, I picked the Bengals because I'm just guessing Bengals are eventually gonna get these wins. But
Well,
I thought Seahawks had a better offensive team.
they do, but just their defense showed up. They have good corners, the Bengals. They have some good safeties. They were covered. No one was open at all the whole entire game. So it was kind of tough. But I think we threw a pick though, which gave them points. So that kind of hurt us. But I think the Seahawks will bounce back. They'll definitely get some dubs coming up.
I agree. I think so.
Because they're playing Arizona this week, so that's an easy dub. Not easy, but
not easy, but it should
but
be
a dub.
Win.
A dub.
It should be a win. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Well, guys, my Packers did not play Week 6. That was their bye week, so they're coming back this week against the Broncos. But let's start off. Start off by saying, wait, let's see, where's this game at? This game, no 10 a.m. No early game. All right, starting off, guys. This week there's no game in Europe for right now. The Germany games are coming up, but for Week 7, I don't know if you guys want to write down your guys' predictions so we compare our next one. But here we go. Thursday, 5:15. The only game Thursday night. Jaguars at Saints. I have Jags. What do you guys have?
I got Jacksonville.
Yeah. I think we're all going to agree on that one.
Jags. Okay. Sunday, first game. Well, they're all at 10 a.m. But Sunday, 10 a.m. game. Raiders at Bears. I have Raiders.
I got Raiders, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears win, just because Raiders don't have a quarterback, like you said.
Well, Bears don't either.
Well,
Justin
they do
Fields
have
dislocated his thumb his last game.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be a tough game to pick, actually.
Because they're both trash. Yeah, they're both trash.
They both have no quarterbacks.
Yeah, but Josh Jacobs a better running back. I don't know if Herbert.
I guess the Raiders have more talent.
Yeah.
So
Khalil Herbert, I don't know if he's going to be coming back for the Bears, so if he's going to be running the ball more, or is it going to be Foreman still? Who's going to get the ball to Moore, to DJ Moore? So I'm going to go Raiders. Yes, David?
Bears.
Wow, David's switching it up.
Who's going to get the ball for the Bears receiving core?
Someone.
And I have DJ Moore.
I feel like that would be like a pick six. Like, just the defense would have to win the game for either team.
Both teams. I have more for the Bears.
Who's playing at home?
Bears. Chicago. At Soldier Field.
Is it going to be cold, you think? Because I don't know if it gets cold up there yet. Because that could be a huge advantage if it's cold.
October. But it's over there they're 2 hours ahead, so it's a 12. It's
hot over here, so
yeah, dude, it's gonna be the 90s tomorrow.
Yeah,
let's see. Let's see the weather app.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like what the weather would be like, because that's a big difference for Vegas and Chicago.
Well, they play in a closed stadium, so that's the.
No, it's an open stadium.
It's gonna be 56, so a little chilly, but not too bad. I feel like that's just like a cold day out here. They can handle that.
Sunday?
Yeah. In Chicago.
Yeah, it's about the.
That's not terrible. If it was in the 30s and 20s, I'd say, yeah, that's not gonna be good.
Sunday, there's a chance of rain because it's supposed to rain the night before.
Yeah, but it rains everywhere, so.
Cold. Anyways, back to it. So I have Raiders. John, who do you say you have?
I got Raiders too, man. Just because, like I said, talent.
David, remember your pick. You're the opposite of us.
I wrote it down.
And then we got Browns at Colts. I have Browns on this one.
Browns too, because the Colts don't have their quarterback.
Exactly. That's literally the only reason. And he might be done for the season. If Anthony Richardson was still playing, I would have picked Colts. Bills at Patriots. Even though it's in New England, I still have Bills.
There's no chance of picking the Patriots. It's the Bills as well.
No, I don't think there's a chance.
It's going to be an onslaught. The Bills are going to want to kill them after putting up a pathetic performance.
Next up, still 10 a.m. games because we got, still 10 a.m. games. Commanders at Washington, divisional rivalry game.
Wait, what? Commanders at Washington?
My bad. Commanders at New York.
Which New York? New York Giants? Okay.
Giants.
Commanders. I'll go Commanders.
Divisional rivalry. I go Commanders too.
Giants won't win another game.
Yep, Commanders. Washington.
Okay. Falcons at Buccaneers. For this one, for some reason, I have Buccaneers. I know it's a good chance it could be Falcons, but I'm going Buccaneers.
Yeah, I go Bucks too. The Falcons
Baker
don't stand a chance.
is questionable with slight injury, so we'll see if he still plays. But
I'll be the opposite of you guys, Falcons.
Falcons? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, with Bijan and see if Desmond Ritter uses Drake London or Kyle Pitts this time.
If you can throw the ball to them.
The last 10 a.m. game, it's the Detroit Lions at Baltimore Ravens. I have the Lions. The way they're rolling, the Ravens' injury on the defense, and the way the Lions defense, I think, will be able to handle this Ravens offense the way the Steelers did. I have Lions.
I got Lions too. I think Lamar's just going to have too much for him to handle with that defense.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Lions. Detroit.
Starting the 1 o'clock games, we got two 1:05 p.m. games. First one, Steelers here in LA against the Rams. I have the Rams.
Same. I got the Rams too.
I just think the Rams overall are just more well-rounded, but the Steelers could put up a fight. You never know.
Well, the Rams have everybody back now healthy, so they should be good now.
David?
Rams.
All right. Second 1:05 game is Cardinals in Seattle for the Seahawks. I have Seahawks.
Yeah, that's easy.
It's too easy.
The first 1:25 p.m. game, and these are all times here, so 1:25 p.m. game. Packers at Broncos. I have my Packers, not because
I got the Broncos, man.
Broncos are just too trash.
I got the Broncos on this one.
Go ahead. Go right ahead. That's your pick.
I'm just saying they lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, I get that. I completely get that. But Broncos are just the worst defense. They really are. Aside from the Patriots.
Yeah, they put up a fight against the Chiefs, man. What are you talking about?
I'm with you. I'm going to go with the Packers. I'll give you some support.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you on that one. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be an easy win. I know this game is going to be like a
I think it's going to be tight.
12-12. Yeah, it's going to be like 12-12, and it's going to come down to the last field goal. Like, it's that type of
Oh, is Aaron Jones playing that game, or is he out still? That's the question, because if he plays, I might pick the Packers.
I thought he was supposed to. Let me tell you.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if I'd pick the Broncos if Aaron Jones
still no word for Aaron Jones yet.
Yeah, I'll go with Broncos then.
All right. Well, I'm going Packers. The next 1:25 p.m. game, it is, David, your Chargers at Kansas City. Sorry, David, but
there's no chance.
Yeah,
we all got Kansas City.
This one's not one where I'm picking the opposite team so Chargers can win. Nah, this is just the Chiefs are too good. The defense isn't actually bad at all. Like I thought in the beginning of the season. Yeah, they're still gonna win.
I got Kansas City.
Let's go Chargers.
It's in Kansas City too, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a 3-point game to end it. They're going to lose on a field goal with like 5 seconds left, like they always do.
They always come up close.
Yeah, they play the Chiefs tough every time, but they can't beat them.
I know.
Mm-hmm. And if you're struggling with these other teams, ain't gonna happen, buddy.
Let's go Chargers.
But like you said, it's gonna be a close game.
The last Sunday game, the 5:20 p.m. game,
best game of the week.
Miami Dolphins at Philadelphia Eagles. I have the Eagles on this one.
Miami by like 10.
All right, you guys go ahead. I got the Eagles.
They're not going to fly high. They're going to fly low tonight. I
believe in the Eagles.
They'll fly low, bro, when they play that game.
It's projected to be a close game. It's a 54% favored for the Eagles.
50-point for Dolphins?
45 for Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah, I would go Dolphins all the way.
All right. And the last game of the week, Monday night, 5:15 p.m., the San Francisco 49ers are going to Minnesota.
And they're going to win by a lot.
They are going to win. Best part is that is not an open stadium, so they don't have to deal with that freezing cold of Minnesota.
It's not going to be that cold.
Doesn't matter. It's going to be indoors anyways. I'm saying the point is like it's not open like in Chicago and Green Bay.
Even if they played outside and cold, they could still beat anybody in any temperature.
I agree. I'm just, we're talking about the cold with Chicago and Vegas.
That's the Raiders. They're different. They're not the Niners.
Yeah, I have the Niners winning that one. I think they're scoring at least 28. Vikings are getting 13 if they're lucky.
Yeah, they got no Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's that. Those are the games for Week 7. Those are my picks. Those are you guys' picks. Until the following weeks. You guys got anything else to add for the NFL? Because it's looking like this might be, last call.
So, you just want to take a quiz?
Sure. Well, before we do that, I just have one little news to give. Like I told you guys earlier.
You're a dad now?
No.
You change your voting pick?
It's NBA news. NBA news. just some real quick because NBA season's coming up. So, Adrian Wojnarowski says that the Houston Rockets are trading guard Kevin Porter Jr. and 2 future second-round picks to the Oklahoma City Thunders, who are waiving Porter Jr. immediately. The Thunders, in return, are sending Victor Oladipo and Jeremiah Robinson Earl to the Rockets. The Thunders are acquiring the 2027 second-round pick via Minnesota and the 2028 second-round pick via Milwaukee in the deal. Porter Jr. is facing assault charges on incident with his girlfriend, and OKC is pretty much just wanting the 2 picks as they're releasing Porter Jr. Pretty much, Thunders will pay out Porter Jr. the $16.9 million that he is owed in the contract if they weigh him, and pretty much that's pretty much it.
They pretty much put a pat on his back and say, "All right, have fun in this city."
No, they pretty much said, "You're home. Your job. You're unemployed."
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, goodbye. Like, get out of our city. We don't want someone that's.
I thought you meant Houston was saying that, and I was like, no.
No.
Okay. So he said, buddy, don't even fly over here. We're not keeping you.
Yeah, we don't have a room for you or a bed for you. You got to provide for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Good luck finding another team. So, but yeah. All right, David.
Ready quiz time, bro. Quiz.
Ready? All right.
Quiz on Ben Eyes.
How many questions we got?
So, like always, I'm going to give you guys 5 questions. There will be a 6th question to break the tie, and a 7th to just end it.
Full send?
Ready? What was that?
Full send? Full send?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, number 1. So hockey just started. This is an NHL question.
Damn.
Who has the most Stanley Cups? A, the Montreal Canadiens. B, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Or C, the LA Kings.
It's A, the Canadiens.
Giovanni?
I'm gonna go B.
So John's got the Canadiens and Gio's got the Maple Leafs, correct?
Yeah.
It's your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. John, you got it right.
Yeah, because the Maple Leafs haven't even made it to the Stanley Cup before.
No, they did.
No,
I thought they only made it like one. They haven't won it though, right?
No, they had it. So the Canadiens have 24.
Damn.
Toronto has 13. That's second place.
Really?
Wait, Stanley Cups?
Yeah, Stanley Cups.
They really? I thought they sucked for like the last 30 years.
Well, at the beginning of time.
Bro, that's so old.
What?
I know the Canadians have won them recently. That's why I said that.
Yeah. And the Detroit Red Wings has 11. They're in 3rd place. And
the Red Wings are very good. They were very good in the 2000s. Mm-hmm. They suck now.
Our LA Kings only have 2. So I'm sure that was easy.
I knew that was not. Yeah, the Kings, no way.
Yeah,
try to make that one easy.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's next?
Ready, number 2.
You're right, David.
Mm-hmm. All right, so time to the Dodgers miss getting eliminated from the playoffs. When was the last time the Dodgers missed the playoffs?
I know this one.
All right, is it A, 2013, B, 2012, or C, 2011?
It's 2011, C.
Gio?
I'm gonna go with John on 2011. On these moments, I could copy John, so I'm gonna copy John.
That's fine.
2011.
It's 2012.
It don't matter. My other option, I thought about 2013.
Was it? Oh yeah, that's right. Because the Giants won the World Series.
The Giants
won
it. I was gonna go 2013, and then I was like, 2012.
I probably should have said 2012.
Yeah, the Dodgers that season they were 86 and 76.
I keep forgetting that like the Dodgers made it every odd year and the Giants made it every even year. Mm-hmm. So like during that time,
I was gonna pick 2012. It was either 13 or 11. 2012 seemed too good.
I know 13 they lost in the LCS. I don't remember 2011.
All right, so number 3. So guys, we're seeing the Patriots possibly their worst season. But obviously the season's still going. Right now they're 1-5. But what was their worst season in history? Is it 3-13, 1-15 or 2-14?
I'll say 2-14.
Dude, I think it's 2-14.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the answer.
2-14, yeah.
2-14. So A 3-13, B 1-15, and C 2-14.
I'm going C.
C, John?
Yeah, C.
All right, you're both wrong. It's B 1-15.
How? How do you win one game only?
In 1990.
1990.
Yeah,
I feel like I would have known that.
Yeah, in 92 and in 81 they were 2-14, but 1990 was the worst season. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. I think they were ever
John,
that
you're
bad.
gonna win this quiz with just
John
one
is
right.
winning so far.
I don't know, man.
Dude.
Drew, you might have a chance. Drew, you might have a chance in this next question. It's number 4. So during the weekend we had a soccer friendly between the the United States and Germany.
I don't know shit about this.
Well, you might get it right, John, so we'll see.
Yeah, because I have a chance, but I won't know it off the top of my head.
Yeah. So the US lost to Germany this past weekend, 3-1. So the question is, how many times has the US men's national team faced Germany in friendlies and in national tournaments?
That you're gonna ask me about the game.
No. It's a tougher question than it is.
Scored? I was like, okay,
it's a tough question.
Scored, or okay, yeah.
I know they've played each other at least a couple times.
Go ahead, Dave.
So how many times in total have they played, including all friendlies and actual tournaments?
Okay.
Is it
like dating back to what year though?
This is the first game. The first ever game was in June 13th of 1983.
Okay, that should make it easier then.
Yeah, it's not that many. It's exaggerated.
It's not many. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought you were gonna say like 1900. I'm like, God damn, I don't know.
No.
U.S. played England around that time. U.S. actually has more wins over England than England does have on the U.S. in soccer.
Yeah, a lot of draws though we had against England.
Okay. All right, guys. So the first question is the first answer is A 12 times, B 14, or C 10.
I'm gonna go 10.
Giovanni, is it 12, 14, or 10?
I don't know what 10's telling me that's the right answer, but I'm gonna go with 12.
John, you're going with 10?
I really don't know how many times they played each other.
Okay. So Gio, so this past weekend was their 12th time. Congratulations, you tied it.
Thank you.
Damn. I didn't even
10
know.
seemed too good, 14 was too much, 12.
I thought you said they didn't play each other that much, so I thought they meant like around there, but
I mean, I'm sure you were thinking like around 50 or something, but
yeah, if it was 1900, but you said 1993, I don't think they played each other 12 times. I was like, that's crazy.
With friendlies and in tournaments.
Yeah, friendlies.
So I know in the World Cup it's been a few times, but not too many.
Actually, I didn't check how many times they played in the World Cup, but I believe
they did it a couple times. I think it was like twice, 2 or 3 times maybe.
Yeah. So
at least a couple though.
So the U.S. has beat Germany 4 times in this entire of the total.
But never in the World Cup.
They have faced each other 3 times in the World Cup.
I think they're 0-3.
Nope, they're not 0-3.
Are they 1-2?
Yeah, they have 1 win. They beat them in 2002. 1-0.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they went to like the quarterfinals that year, right? The U.S.
Yeah, they went to quarterfinals.
But then they didn't do shit after that.
No. So look, 2 years later, calling Germany and late game winner Bobby Wood lifted the U.S. to a 2-1 win in June 10, 2015, less than a year after they captured the 2014 World Cup. Oh, that's a regular. My bad. That was a World Cup game. Yeah, they met 3 times in the World Cup, with the U.S. falling 2-1 in '98 before the Germans ended the U.S.'s furthest run in the World Cup in 72 years by snatching them. Oh, my bad. I'll narrowly surrender a 1-0 win. No, I was wrong. The U.S. hasn't beaten the Germans.
I had a feeling they haven't because I would have known about it. Just because
the World Cup. In the World Cup.
Yeah,
I read it wrong. The win that was the U.S. was the Germany win.
All right. So number 5.
Mhm.
You know, you might know this answer, but I made it a bit harder for you. All right. So
John, we're running extra
you
time.
guys already know the Clippers. They come from San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
If you want
question
to go
is,
further back, they come from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
so before the Clippers became the LA Clippers, they were the San Diego Clippers. But before moving to San Diego, they were
The Buffalo Bills.
yeah,
The Buffalo, yeah.
the Buffalo what?
It was the
See the
Bills.
Bills?
No, not the Bills. Yeah, because they went the Bullets. That was the Washington
But what was
Bullets.
their full name? What was their nickname? They weren't the Clippers.
Yeah, they went the Clippers.
What are the
they're
options?
Buffalo. They're the Bills.
Buffalo what? John, is there a
Is there
chance?
no
I mean,
is there no options?
well, the options I gave were the San Diego Rockets or South Bay
No,
Sailors, but
no.
it's Gio, you're right, but you're also wrong. You got the Buffalo right.
Well, yeah, it's Buffalo. I knew that too, but I don't know the name.
Well, there's a sixth question, so I'll just give it to you guys.
Oh, I got it. You're right. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Buffalo Braves.
Yep.
The Buffalo
Braves?
Braves.
Isn't that a
Yep,
baseball
the
team?
Braves.
They're the Braves.
They're the
They're the
Braves.
Braves. I don't know why. I was like, no, they were the.
I would never
Nope,
get
they were the
that.
Braves. Buffalo Braves.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
a
they were
baseball team.
Yeah,
the
they had a
Braves.
football and baseball name.
That's dumb.
Mm-hmm. Did you know? Quick fun fact.
Yeah.
Before moving to San Diego, before all of that, when they were in Buffalo as the Braves, the owners of the Buffalo Braves and the owner of the Boston Celtics traded ownerships of the team. They traded ownerships, and then that's when the new owner of the Buffalo Braves moved him to San Diego. Because the original owner of the Celtics, he wanted to move the Celtics out of Boston because he wanted to expand the team in the West. But obviously, the Boston didn't want to move. The players didn't want to move. The fans didn't want them to leave and everything. And the Buffalo Braves were doing bad anyway, so they switched ownership and they got moved out to San Diego.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice fact.
Quick little fact I learned about the Clippers.
Well, Gio, I don't know if that should give you this point because you're pretty much.
You can give it to him.
All right.
Give him the dub.
I don't know. It's up to you, David. You're the game coach. You said I got it right, but got it wrong. I don't know if that's half a point. That's a full point. That's
it's because you answered the question. You answered the question before I gave the options. So.
Yeah, it kind of just happened.
Yeah.
It's just a habit.
Well, there was no time limit, so I mean, technically you did win.
Yeah. Congratulations, Gio.
Thank you. This week, John, I got back from you winning last week.
Yeah.
You
got a lot more questions I would never know.
Yeah, I got lucky on the. I wouldn't say lucky on the journey.
No, you just know about it better. You just have better knowledge on that stuff. And hats off to you.
You could say that. I thought he was gonna talk about the game. I was like, oh, all right. Who scored? Nope. What was the score? And I was like, oh, all right. Nope. Oh, that was 3-1.
I wasn't gonna do that.
With a banger of a goal in the top right.
Alrighty. All right, guys, we gotta send John to work now.
All right.
Yeah, well, I have to go soon.
Got it. So, guys, thank you guys once again. This is Sideline Thoughts, another episode. Like we said, around late 20s, 30s. Of course, like always, NFL starting, so hopefully we could talk more about that. NBA starting, talk more about that. We still got NFL. MLB's ending. I got my college football podcast episodes that we got here. So, take a look at that. But thank you guys once again. Sideline Thoughts. John Greenstein, David Reyes. Damn, mixing up names today. I'm Gio Galvez. I'm Gio Galvez. Rivers, man. See you guys next time.
Goodbye.